This is our October 14th vlog, and yesterday I teased that we were going to have 3 special guests, and here they are. So tell one who you are, and then I'll ask you some questions.
I'm Sky Fallon. And
I'm Brett Shaberg. And I'm Reese of the same variety.
When is the first time you heard about this project?
2 years ago. Our dad, Mr. Jack Shaberg, was writing this based on an idea from our eldest brother, and I started helping pretty early on with kind of reshaping the genre multiple times before landing on the current version. I probably heard about it around the same time, but was less involved until earlier this year, in 2025, when Reese and myself really got on calls with our dad and helped simplify, rewrite, just make the story and plot work better than it had been previously.
yeah, I had not heard about it 2 years ago. I think it's probably, last June, or like before the beginning of summer, maybe a little bit before is when I heard about
I
this.
don't remember.
Yeah, spring
2025.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah, roughly ballpark it. And I heard about it through these two and our acting coach, Alice Carter. And then I got in contact with Jack, and we just, I learned more about the project, and I decided it would be so much fun to be a part of and a great experience. And now here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So was it, in the different projects that you guys have been involved in, big, small, and medium, what did you sort of expect production-wise going into this, and then sort of what has been your biggest surprise going through the process?
I think we all knew going in, there was no illusion as to what the budget was going to be. It was very transparent that this was a little to no budget film, and we were just going to be getting along with people who did it for the love of it, which is always what you want to be surrounded by. So I guess in that capacity, just people with a real desire and passion to be there, not just there for the money, because there was none. That alone is a pretty special thing. And then just, I think the most surprising was just how we were able to make our days so quickly and efficiently and still come out with what will, I'm sure, be a good final product.
Yeah, I would say same here. I could tell, like, going into it, I could tell everybody, and especially Jack and you two, we're really passionate about the project, and I think I've always thought that makes something, like, that's the make or break of something. Like, if people have passion, if they're dedicated to making it work and, having a good product, then it will be. But I was even more surprised doing it on just how hard everybody was working and how much of a vision kind of everybody had, and how you two and Jack you guys were great, and you made it work and made it so enjoyable for everybody who was a part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey.
I can't say too much more. I think the work we got on ahead of time with the script and trimming it down and tightening it up all helped prepare us, but then you don't really know until the first day how the actual shooting is going to go. And I think we were all fortunate to have a very smooth transition into filming, and making our days ahead of time on the first couple days just made the rest of the process that much easier, I think, but no less exciting.
Yeah.
I know there has been someone who has been making sort of a behind-the-scenes documentary, and one of the questions she asked me on the last day is, who is your favorite character? Did she ask you guys that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the hardest question for me to answer. So, do you, without rehashing that, did any of the sort of what came out of either your own character or someone else's character surprise you? Was it about what you thought going in when you read it, and then kind of were involved in it? Was there anything surprising there about someone who had played it different, or just sort of came alive as that character, or whatever?
I mean, I think playing Lane, who is such a specific character, is like what I was telling everyone going into it was just like, I guess we're gonna find out, because there's an amount of preparation you ought to do, and be aware of how an autistic person functions, but at a certain point you just gotta trust the lines to do a lot of the work, and then just let go and hope that it works out.
Yeah, I think what's fun about being semi-involved in the casting process of at least our lead here is you have a feeling for how an actor will be capable of portraying a character, but you don't know the specifics of how those lines are going to come out until it happens, because based on her own experience and then based on direction that is given on set, we know what we are looking for, but that it's going to come down to what each actor brings to the role. So even with the retweaking as we went through the script, and then finding better ways for characters to communicate, you have expectations, but you have to let them go to an extent, because you want the actor to bring what they bring as actors to the role. So I think the most surprising part is just seeing how that plays out, and then seeing how they take direction and mold it more towards the vision of the film without feeling like a control freak about it.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I enjoyed both of your guys' characters, and I enjoyed, kind of playing a character throughout. This was my first feature film, and kind of discovering a lot of different things, like throughout a whole series, especially jumping between filming certain things at the beginning of the production, and then, filming the first scene at the end. I thought that was so cool. And just kind of being able to follow some goals and obstacles throughout the whole thing, and then following it within little scenes. I thought that was just, it made me learn a lot about myself and my acting, and also this character and how this script was written. And it was cool seeing that in your guys' characters as well, which is, it was great.
Given what Sky just said about the nature of shooting completely out of order, how confident are the three of you that we're going to see that progression, especially Sky's character, because she is obviously the one with the biggest character arc? Because I know we talked a lot when we were working on it and I was writing it, that will she be too unlikable at the beginning, and at what point will we see her sort of turn? Do you feel like we sort of got that right based on what we shot and what was written?
I think so. It's interesting because, especially when you're shooting scenes throughout the day, you're also reprocessing what you did to make sure that it's fitting into the part of the narrative that we're telling. But having multiple hats on, you kind of have to have a wider view of what everyone else is doing as well. And I think we got it, not to put pressure on the editor, but a lot of that will come out through the edit and choosing which takes really shape the film in the best way to tell the story. But I think we got what we wanted out of each given day and the takes that we got. So I believe it'll show through the way we want it to.
Yeah, and I mean, as with any script, what is within the script is objective. Like, there is a character at the beginning of the movie who is different from the end if the writing is halfway decent. And I do think that is something that we succeeded in the script, largely my dad, but of course Reese and I helped in crafting a character that actually does change from beginning to end, which the writing supports, and I do think our lead actress did a great job portraying that change.
Thank you. I hope I can't wait to watch it. I felt I was very aware of it. I was thinking about it a lot, making sure, reading the scenes and reminding myself what's happening before and after this in comparison to, we just filmed maybe this final big fight scene, but then like 5 minutes later we're going to film like something from the beginning of the movie. And so I just, to make sure you're in different places, they look different. It was such a learning experience. So I can't wait to see how, I'm sure I'm going to be self-critical and be like, oh, if you had only just, but I feel proud and I'm happy. It was a great experience.
What advice, this is the name of the series, is Diary of a Micro-Budget Filmmaker, and because of that, most films of this nature have either new talent or talent that is obviously has been working but is not making a living working. So for people who eventually watch this after the movie comes out and it's like so popular and they go, wow, how did they do that? What advice do you have for actors that are in each of your respective sort of stages of their career in terms of, should I get involved in this? Should I just wait for a paid gig? Or is this sort of a unique thing, especially for you, Reese and Brett, because of my involvement in it?
For actors specifically, you want advice? Yeah. Oh gosh. The main piece of advice is to just, I don't know. You go ahead, Reese.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay, so
go ahead, Sky.
I feel like the most important thing to do when you're at this stage of like you're not quite making a living off of it, but you're wanting to and you're working on things to get there. The most important thing is to continue working hard and not do something halfway. Like if you want it, then you want it and you go for it. Like if you're, some people become doctors and then they go to school for like 12 years. I believe if you continue working on it, like with acting or with anything that you're passionate about, if you keep doing something and if you apply yourself, not just halfway, your like foot is halfway in the door, you fully do it, just like you go to like med school, I believe you can do it. And I think for something like this, if you're looking at, if something's like micro-budget of a film, if you look at what I was saying earlier about passion, if you think the project is going to, positively impact you, and if you think the people that you're going to be working with are passionate about it and aren't just going to, give up on it or kind of do it halfway, it's all about just commitment and fully committing to it. And so I like to align myself with things that are committed, like I want to be committed. So I think that's the most important thing to look at when you're deciding what projects you want to do and where you want to spend your time.
Yeah, and I think for anyone, the opportunity to be, let's say, a lead in a feature film, pay or no pay, is kind of like, features are such a different thing than they were when we were kids. But obviously we weren't in the industry then. But now, they're kind of few and far between, especially like a big time feature. So like any chance to be on set, working as a lead, having the opportunity to get footage if you need a reel or trying to find an agent or whatever, like take the opportunity. But if you're going to do it, like Sky was saying, do it all the way. Know your character, know your lines, know what you want, and hopefully you'll have a team, a cast and crew who have some level of experience and can assist in the process of learning, and it's not just a total mess. But I think just by being on set, you're going to learn a lot. That is often referred to as like the best class is just being on set. You learn a lot about how the camera works, how it captures you, how the whole cog really works and makes a movie. So take the opportunity, go all in, and don't be too hard on yourself if you think I could have done this or that, or there's always going to be that, but just go on and be grateful for the experience.
Yeah, it's easy to agree with everything they said. I think humbling experiences like working for no pay create a work ethic that is valuable for when you get to the stage where you're working on paid stuff, because there are going to be times, no matter whether you think money is the answer or not, and if you do think it's the answer and you get to the place where you're making the money you want, chances are, if you didn't work on the experiences like this, like the small ones before, you're going to get tired and annoyed with the projects that are actually paying you the money you want. And so if you can't have the work ethic to work for no money and be committed, then chances are when you get to the stage you want to be at, that mindset's still going to be persistent, and you're going to be unhappy in some way with how long a shot's taking to get set up, or how long makeup is taking, or any number of things that happen on any set, no matter the budget. If you can lock in on a small set, if you can enjoy the experience, take everything you can from it, chances are the people that want to hire you later will see not just your acting, but your work ethic as well. And yeah, beyond that, just for actors especially, just, yeah, like Brett said, know your lines, know what you want, read the script, be over prepared, and then also be ready to throw everything away when the director asks you to do something. You know, chances are they're fulfilling their vision if they're writing and directing, so be willing to be flexible and not so attached to any given performance, because that's not where the best acting comes from.
All right, final question is for Brett and Reese, and Sky, you can chip in as you see fit or not. We made films growing up, which is a total different thing. Just little, 2-hour shoots or a day or whatever. They weren't really films. They sort of were. But has this experience made you more likely, or sort of replanted the seed that I don't just want to be an actor, I want to be a filmmaker, or not?
Acting, I think, will always be the focus, but I love the filmmaking process. So getting to set up shots, like having a vision for how a shot should look or play out, or I do think that is something I've always appreciated, and maybe getting the chance to do it was a lot of fun and made me appreciate it even more. So to direct or something down the line could be in the cards, but it's not like taking precedence over. It's just kind of joining with the love of just the craft in general of movie making.
Yeah, I think it's a very specific few who can begin as actors and other things and really flourish in that, because not only do you have to be great at acting, you have to be great at directing or great at writing. And given the time that I want to commit, I'd rather work on the acting side first. But I certainly acknowledge that by improving my acting, I will inevitably improve my ideas as a filmmaker and my process as a filmmaker overall. So probably more down the line, but being collaborative, having the chance to work on a script and not be the main writer, but give ideas and really tighten up things and make them into a story that's worth telling is definitely something that I've enjoyed, and so I'll probably do it again.
And Sky, have you thought at all at this young part of your career about doing, quote, more than just acting?
Yeah, I have. I definitely am going in through acting. I love acting, but I love art, just creating anything. So yeah, I would love to get into some type of directing, film, anything. So I'll just see where my career takes me. Can't wait to see.
Any closing thoughts?
He has a gun off screen. Just kidding.
No, this was a great experience. I'm so grateful to your guys' family for allowing me to come in and do this. It's been great.
Yeah, it has been. Total blast. Looking forward to seeing it, as you should be as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Unique experience. We hope that you get something from this video as well, and then the movie.
Yeah.
Here's a supplement to what you just saw. Not that I could add much to their insights, their experiences, and everything they had to say, but what a pleasure it was to work with the three of them. And I think, as you just saw, unless I totally goof up the edit, it is going to be a tremendous experience, one which I think will, I mean, I don't know, this is probably being pretentious, but I don't see why Sky cannot be a working actress wherever she wants to be, and why Reese and Brett cannot do the same. And also, we've got some plans for at least one more movie down the way, and we'll talk about that when it comes. But for now, when they watch this, I just wanted to say thanks a bunch. Obviously, working with your family is a great experience if you all come in with the right mindset, the flexibility, and all that kind of stuff. I am in the process of renaming files. We seem to have a few missing things here and there, hopefully nothing devastating. We're going to do a little ADR this afternoon when they get back from doing some things. And then the edit process will begin in earnest in the near future. In the meantime, I'm going to, if I still have it open, I'm going to try to show you one still that I took of Sky during one of the scenes, which I'm not going to give away because I know you are going to be standing in line when this comes out at a theater near you, or it'll be #1 streamer on some major streaming platform. So let me see if I can find it real quick. That's all I'm going to show of that. So that's the update for October 14th. They head back to California tomorrow to hopefully get some paid work to make up for what they sacrificed, but hopefully their investment in this film. And they are getting some points, the mythical points that I would say probably one project in 100 or 1,000 can ever pay out. But the good news is we spent so little on this, if I don't include my time and their time, that if we don't at least turn some sort of profit, I'm not going to quit, but I will seriously question my choices moving forward. And so stay tuned. There will be more of these to come when I've got something meaningful to talk about. In the meantime, you know the drill. Hopefully this has inspired you actors and you filmmakers out there to go do it. Find someone who loves it as much as you do and who has a skill set that is either entirely or somewhat different from you, and go make a movie, go make a short, go make anything. Documentaries don't really count, but go make some sort of fictional narrative. Spend the time to write a good story, write a good script, write a great script. There's a saying that goes, you can make a good movie out of a great script, but you can't make a great movie out of a good script. I would say that is true 99 times out of 100. Go out there and do it. Make a movie, whether it's a short movie, a long movie. It doesn't matter what kind of movie. Don't just sit and watch others and comment on others. I've harped on this before, but obviously I feel passionate about it. Go do it, report back, and I'll give you another test when you're done with that. See ya.